country. Who to me take?
Brother sorry.
Hey, CJ.
Papa.
Na what's the name? Ain't I go fight?
Aku gan sumami.
Na sa mi ami wu abu. Me gana ni mu a. Me musa Emerson Smart.
I come say anyway.
Ensure ha yo hano.
Sanu mate.
Enti na me na ya woni akọ. We are not but I did well. No ma feedback. Dana bra me do si na pese me ba.
Aye.
But I also wanted to see what was happening that day, no. Enti no. CJ me bomodin na me ba ha. Me ba na akoko.
Say yes, not or a reporter for Peace FM. Or a flat correspondent.
Say, baby, you are not chi. I know say oh confirm baby you want to say. So
that's all foul.
So no confirm.
The last I don't know.
But he did very well because now areas ni bi anano walk no. Kwame na hadwene.
Yeah.
That was a week ago.
Yeah.
Any week.
Now she's saying
exactly.
Kwame dey me say winning one there. So now we Ghana there na what pa.
Me hu bebre.
Kwame na chese na anohye. Na me audience Kwame say campus, campus. Na be friend say lower hill. I see home.
Yeah.
Me wo a bit about the base of the hill. And me free hakoe no. Maybe I say me to many mechiwo. Kwame ensuo na etie free hill no. Na agada ewo me da na chi akade na wura wura na no enti ndi me say kai me question me Wellington boot ela me friend kora no ela me kofa so and am fear say me create a course for it.
Yeah,
me share course na free the other side na from baby a so no nani we ka say nani baby free ba no me direct no that be 2 courses so we actually say and now on echo and me yes na me ka say na chere say ye kan kasakana as on manfo no ye betumi adane niam kakra because someone say man dane man yi a course for the ensue no a e be gather a down which I gather close almost 2 courses a block quick until the next will be that e be bon kama faso na ewura e den mo
yeah
ti man yi course amana pa nke no ano and the Kwame say a week ago the me here BBC report be na much say nipa be 13 there and this be count there e bon pass be FM report is about 13 lives lost and this was in on BBC yeah the nyamia say we dey afofia bedu na otwi
yeah
ti anopay die na Kwame na me dreaming Kokrokoo yi ho
oh
if you say recent research be here on older persons in Accra no Kwame about 17% are living alone enti na me hwe say saberewa bi nko na tifie akokore bi nko na tifie obi nka ne ho no ono nko na tina nsuo yi ba ne dan mu a I'm talking about 75 to about 100 years no nko na tifie one na ebi so no and some of this justice no imagine a common hopa you know me Kokrokoo no mu tie me a not just say me need the cheaper say I hope say we are safe
yeah one
now we are so ab modern say Kwame uncle what we be na nsu na mo hampa chwa ka che o man say entemo ano omo enyi free side no mesre mo Kokrokoo no mbrewafo no ana opanyin se me yanka Kokrokoo nkwakora no mbrewa ye nkwakora no ye mbrewa no mesre mo se ebia wote no se o ma bitumi abo apa na o he na ensuo kwanu a yesre momo yimfiri ho especially won kwa na wote a yempese uprebia beba abeto yesre mo na Kwame finally ye ma mi bi me se me hu din wa ha fa ne ba no e fe no ante ama Datsun.
Oh, Miami,
wow,
Mammy, Miami, Nana.
Kwame, nana me free abe week or two. Or say wo my wheelchair back.
Yeah, then I
I mean, you know. Anti Center for Agency and Saka wheelchair. Or say we did 94 years. Wow.
Yeah.
94 years. Mami already a drokron 9. I'm a center no one wheelchair.
Yeah.
Is it not wonderful? And mama, first I can use na yakase unyame ema kwatenten.
Amen. Antinana.
Antina na oba antiama yeda se papa passe one omame aboye.
Antinana Datsun. Ne bane na Amma Datsun.
Amma no.
Yeah.
Antina Datsun. Kwame me send picture kura, ne picture na way.
Yes, or no. Oh no.
This is where trying to come at and until me say be out center and saka pa na onyame nhira.
Amen.
No nhira wase for the fi nyina.
Amen.
Mama nkwatenten ye pese me pese ma be tena na maka say Kwame ye mama ya brewa no wedi 100 years.
Amen. Ebeba so.
Na ye celebrate. Nti Kwame on pay di na che say ichia etifu nyina ne yen kwakura member wa ene ye nuan mu nyina. No bia we no yi nsuo no ene kama tse beto kakra. Enti ya ene hu yi na ye nyina yentena asomdwe mu.
Amen. Akoboko de.
Bra pacho feni afi wo.
Na so na osuma mi.
Any akwawa.
Yenia.
Edanyami ase so de wakwawa.
Edanyami ase.
Na say me follow on the same line of Prof.
Yeah.
Last week yanti asempa.
There.
In fact, adebako a SCA na ya acknowledge so ne say insuo we a eto ye no. Menye sure say it has been recorded since you be a toss heavily sabio sada. It also means to say the environmentalist for ECA says no enyema assessor. There's a term that they use global warming, climate change.
Back on the twin
and I'm say no say baby a prof edifi you know. Me free one man of back pass no dia ko wi.
In fact, on na me ni be wi enti na me.
Now we must appreciate say it's becoming real. Ohwe enema ekoso e wo coastal belt ni nyina na na patch say we all need to sit up and face reality. Etoso mi no so. Me insuo no eto no de before God and man na mada hate pa. Man hunu de ekọ ye.
So to ana edo.
Odi kuntu sa kafta ho. And apparently me sorry anopa me share around. And I'm say, hey, I say me fie nim kwan no. I say galley aba ho kakra, you know, anyway to tuna, but I didn't know the extent of which the rain was. And I mean so man so radio and so TV. Inti me can say me ba Peace FM. Me TC me drew N1 so. Not even a single car on the N1. And I'm say
then I
and I'm Monday then akosui. And I meet you me radio. Then I saw the gravity of the situation. As at that time, na me who interior minister kra the statement or the Bible things everybody should stay home and all those things. Na me who. Afe me drew me be ya penkwa no. And na me who say omo ko achimota no. They couldn't assess it. Inti papa ye side no. And omo move aba omo de fa N1 no. So I'm say hey na de na ekosui. Ti na me cry the imagine say accident be war. Enim inti be a police for air divert traffic no to the opposite side. So me drew papa ye enim ho a me share your friend is a charcoal station side on. And na me hu say nsu a eta ho no. Ti me drew studio na minua nana ya okese na wenya apa bia odi wa ha no ngo Oh, did the power, huh?
Aye.
I say, oh, I couldn't want to Tomaba. And I'm saying, me say Monday, sorry, I hire na meba. Then the reality was done, saving the program cannot come on.
Yeah.
Into from there, na me can say, okay, may economy to me, emfa Chaco Station or emfoso. So the only option is a mefa Abelimpe. So when I use the Abelimpe road, I'm say, okay, my main call, my sorry, dying home, and call her in a hotel. That's ICGC Achimota.
Yeah.
Midru, you know, the whole car park was flooded.
Wow.
Behind the church, and Odo River, no. And who say the Odo River, and at that point, almost they are doing reconstruction. There, you couldn't see baby ants, no. In fact, it was now flowing on the side of our church wall, and at the side of the other end of the Odono, Ohona in Suno, internet virtually, no, the whole drain was covered.
Yeah.
And enamo, me say Sanka wall be a boo or the disaster would have been crazy. And I mean, who say Nenchie and I dear Namusionini, and I was like, Nenchie Namusionin say, I saw a 2-story.
Yeah.
It's me cause and then I me video down. Then I saw Nenchie. Omunemu and then moi omunamusueni and idea and Kokrokoo kiosk, and that's a so area more so no afraid baby kiosk estate because Kokrokoo a kiosk be brave and that is where they live omufie and no and na air washing no baako enam nsuonani me who something like that. So from there and me pastor make us say otete me Reverend Kwame Boateng, on also Westland.
Okay.
And I'm saying, I'm into an more alcohol. Do you know I couldn't reach there?
You see, you know?
The whole place you can access. Westland. Offer your friend is a home base electrical in Nimho.
Yeah.
Now so do forestry. One for left. Me drew Hona and me give you up. Me drew Hona and me give you up. I couldn't go beyond.
There's a shune yiri
honyina. If a game pa enim ho kra me ka san ka me alternative or hososo eyiri.
Game pa.
Yes. Game pa enim ho no.
Aka ofo kra ba, ofura ba the second gate na. Me call na pilot be piano off the way.
Wow.
It wasn't easy. Into no me ka say ejuma wo ye nyina yeso. Brigadier General Okai Yeboah. As I say, mitigation exercise no ono na onda normal yenhwe enye no. Nejuma so. He made a statement or say we shall not leave any stone unturned. But my appeal to him and he said, let some people also turn their own stones. If you want to leave every stone unturned to achieve what you want to achieve, let some people turn their own stones. You see, we must bring people together. Omu ana enra eyo mo say omu area there enya de nsuo ebeyiri omo. For the first time eyiri omo. I saw East Legon. I saw your friend say Chado videos and pictures of people's homes. The reality is in my area, me honor there, make us say I was wrong.
Okay.
And you know, it doesn't affect us anytime it rains. We cry the men who put say are affected. But omwa ye down kakrano. It is serious. However, obia sisi ano reinforce it nenim because say bia na nsuo no to ananka emfa ha. Inti afi mi raise me walk akra. Me strengthen me walk akra. Inti eba then it gets a new diversion and affect me. The more you create this diversion, no say science so you transfer flood no ako another house, another place. Echina or also so reinforcing it. Where are we going to? Let's be honest with ourselves at the places we live. nien ka no kure enkyere ye ho obi a wa block road yenim and sometimes no omo a den kra no so no say squatters squatters no omo reinforce omo eniema na just say what legitimately you are positioned or placed, then it becomes a difficulty for everybody. At the end time, make us let people also turn their own stones. Sa neighborhood associations, Ghana for yepe asem surasem. Ye ni many pakura wa block road na ye ni na ye sofa. But we are not ready to speak truth to power. Why? Ask that question because it's really paying him.
Ebi ana nipa no so influential.
Bra, or influential until who?
Ebi anipa na banyaba.
Look at the number of people ye peja wonum efa roof so. I saw a little baby. Ye peja no across a wall for Obi to receive them. Ye de ahoma ase impola omu nyina so ahoma nim omoko na ne ba ebonebo. Why do we do these things to ourselves? Yenim adienti anyankopon ebo afro ema ye. Mini umienu se ye kase ye ton afro asa ase de ama ye ya. Ye be kase ye nto. But obi an nsemu odru enim se afro asa ase we meto a metumi afeli ama na kosoro no mesimi dan ewo so. There the negative effect and say obi a what's na baby for 20 years, 30 years since you enyire da. Ye bloko sa afro ne pepepe. Na fe the rivers water na into me enkono na eba de fie. I heard stories bia and the good news in all that and say insu a etoye no eye nkran insu a etoye na yire yen. Because ene those who live around Oyarefa and ade no they will tell you say insu ento won kran. Na ekoto ewo ekuapim range ne so a na akra credit card flow the cry you got test na ye ma credit da ansa na nkran nsuo eba beto so it means say anka nsuo no etowo people ne so a the story we are saying or telling today would have been different and would have been more dangerous than a friend said we saw it, and if we couldn't stand this one, could we have been able to stand that one? Intimacy. This is the time I yen kanokre enchire ye ho. Se assemblies eba aba be create ekwan eba be ye eye. The community must support the assembly. Kane nanka community no and the fighting assembly no. But this time round, people must support the assembly, must support NADMO to do the right thing. Senebeya. And you see, there's one thing, demolishing buildings and leaving the debris there. What is the solution? Afro no yepe. And notice ye budai ewo afro ma ye mu enya ho. Because it says no interest. Say load no any debris no egusu ewo asase ne so a. How do the afro do what it's supposed to do? And notice ye bubua ye nyinyi aboɔ no ne buildings na ye bu negu ho no se na be ya naturally no afro no can have the breath say obrithi se na be ya obetumi age nsuo ediegu ne nakukum. And you see sometimes we can now ye ahemfo free ma bra kwa me na ye me the problem, the biggest problem eye ya ahemfo
where is you
bra kwa me obi eni tua se adie wei baby a yentumi enton
na ko mo kan say politicians so kan ha o be ne
politicians de no the abuse of power odisidan not politician to asase no the first ahemfo family heads when it comes to Accra family heads and eton ensase to aton man sase na sa into the obedi ade no so ni bebi a okwakoton a na fe okwakoton afro ho. Look at what is happening at railway company, and then you revive railway, and so railway lands ni nyina ya eden ya ton. How possible? It is a ekobane sana himfo ton na politician na waba power when yesika. On person be feeling crying. He wants to be in the heart of Accra. No akwakoto afro mu asase. Nisika abenti no we raising the wall. Afele ansa na okwakusi ne dan no ewo so. That is the error of the politician. But sanka ohini bi anton amana. Anko be di akwakusi dan ewo ho. So bra kwame. This is something that as see nyina yedi me friend is a colleague back or Greater Accra ha yebu ne dan around Dansoman area ho. He's a politician. Me person me body. Me sure say mu nyina so muni masema making. Also regional minister empenasem on any war issues any ade any masade way e baye. For me, asem we no it traveled a lot before this demolition exercise happened. It's unfortunate. However, yen nyina yen kanokre enchre ho. What is the friends my good if me sifie fe na kan to me enko ho insuo to a esese meka krom and a lot of people are saying say omo demo niema nyina den I say we've lost everything and all that. Into kwaya so obaye. We must also rethink the planning of Accra. Me, forgive me, but I always say, if you be or wa, a sing cry ha, as I say, a buy a young baby. I keep saying, say, property rate a year to a one cry no. It must be either quadrupled or something. Because utumo say a dime be esi asasi bi so. A dime be a chamber home and sabina esi so. Nipa rashe akwakoto in Sawama asase, poku asase enade. Those places used to be farmlands because Accra is choked.
I said Chadokra was a farmland.
Chadu was a farmland. So where we are now, no, we must start thinking high rise. Se asasi bi edaha. Na se sa asasi no, ebi a chamber ho na da so. Na se utua property rates of 20,000 a year because it is in the capital. Utua 20,000 per year. One, abai no benye sika for development. Two, ususu utua no for 3 years, 4 years. Now who say idea we emu ubekwa ko pray partnership. Na we say be a 3-story or 4-story. It is a 4-story na e was wa. Na just a property rate no. Ye be check. Na say me tua 20,000 no. Me tua 5,000. My your Mr. also tua 5,000 and all that. Senebeya, we will get more space to develop. And then a lot of houses are being demolished and raised up. And that should be our thinking now. Senebeya, sa system now we are used to big house, big compound, big playground and all those. You know. If you still believe, say that is how you want to live and enjoy your life. No one who say bia every year bia I am budgeting 50,000 for property rate. When we start thinking that a year, we will not be wasting farmlands. We will all come back to the center for redevelopment, going high for a land that a year 1 acre no. We can have about 20 to 30 families on that little acre no. And that is where we need to think about. Senebea people who are now struggling for some friends, wetlands and all those things, you know, will be able to move away from that. Bra,
Medase na me bisa say at the end of the day, no, yeah, hey, Henry Kwamna Kokrokoo, ono a climatologist, ono ena eja, ebanesa nyama we ya unimo. Inti me bisa no one question, no dia ye ninkomo. Bansa me bisa sa question no. Minyamba nana amaphobia nyamesa o stand chat. You're the head of data quality, wealth, and retail banking. Belated birthday wishes to you. Nana Mafobia Nyamesa was stand chat. Belated wishes to you from your dear dad and the entire family, Professor Joseph Osafo Edu. Chango food be sending me and yeah, member of baby on climate change, on wash. And I am Sheba so they sending me and say, if you say, in the next 50 years, Osu Castle, will lose it.
Hey.
Yeah. Independence Square, a friend Black Star Square, Ebeko. Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, Ebeko. And look at climate change, ne ensure air back into sea levels near there. Kokrokoo Sanko Moyina, me question your back up. Now who cause them? Now waiting we go do.
Now God cause them.
Ain't any man now who cause them? Now waiting we go do.
Of a Kokrokoo. You did your way near the best one.
Samajana,
Papa,
Memoache.
Yenia.
Sisi akra na metis as down here o tu kwan kakra.
Mpacho
Oh, ampa.
I say akusuma me. O se me kwaye adwuma bi ma no.
Me hu watch. Last time I'm who or die nam so.
Hey. Any diaper.
Samajana yi afraid to say me the prof ka.
Papa, interesting.
The prof ka na catch the mammy say me me kun ya me so ama me kunu kwa wie ya
Kokrokoo kunu kacha ne se etanachi ma babo so pa
Etanachi
me etanachi den no on the echire no
atia bro na ai akwa sorry ananyo ayo no
ono
mo ya sure say akwa na wa hai ono na ka say
ono
we are here din
ade
sorry afutu antimu damfo betras
Kokrokoo se
me nko yo meta
betras na me so make nyina wo wanim just me he wadi na me bu zaza eyewa
Emia.
Kokrokoo ako
Emia.
onyame hu
pa
Na metumi bibia o.
onyame bibia so onyame atumi amana ba de say dia but on the more serious note children na me worry home
ade
they were yemu pa chese me je me ho anyi dem say peace ya na mbetumi aka bia ma me enra de sem koja akwadwo reverend
ai
na ne memenda na yede Mrs atumpem na enya ni kasem Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne mpenfo so abejano
yes
na mare ho ni nyina ye medi na awotwe se na ne na awotwe da nsuo ni yire no ti nipa awuo wo ma prepra wo ma yare miguso a medi on ho abobo awre ho pa se pa se mi otumi a aka me declare
a
state of mourning amasafo kra titiru mane nkwade wo mu nsem ne ba ne se ne ya kan sa yenom de etimi huri fence wall so utie aku account o man ya oba bia ne obenya akokoduro tu sa na mo na no otu no na osan kan sem bi o se ba bi e free kiosk estate enti saafo ne de nsuo no twi wo mu saa na duo makọ enti untimi identify mpo 1995 Fourth Republican Ghana em na American men kobechi kura
July 4th
ye nyina hu Jerry John Rawlings sabre the president of the republic no nam nsuom na nsuo yiri nkran
e wa
alajo baya bedu near way June 3rd day
from 95 then the next big one was June 3rd
the June 3rd
2015
ai jabeka 2015 ba na ba ko bi so bai na Professor Mills Tiasi no na president ye de ko tena akoduo
but anya to say June 3rd
anya to say June but the significance is say the president then na ote kuduo ana ye harnessa
in fact under President Kufuor ebi here but then yet this bad but ebi here I'm a president who forced to try helicopter musa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ana and then another Danko Kufuado. Ebi C. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then you recorded the mother of all.
Of all of them, yeah.
According to Aku. You are right. So Flat BNC said that.
There we.
Anna.
Menya sure. In fact, you share a measurements by you see between 140 and 170 millimeters of water.
And the
now
the AJ and Kwakakra and he said you should not tower region Kapim Ridge said the Akukai because I don't
see where tower
yeah
I told you
yes can you flow no by
wow
yes okay you're serious na ni nyina no esese ya kasa aban no na nya na president no ho na nya na
Debbie, why should it president as
that is the good thing
but this force majeure
enunti denti na bribi twemu na anu ye 2024 just 2024 president oho sisi in opposition e kama nipa nyina ati asofote prof tv mun central for mote papa mun kremo 40 yen a lawyer for ye tv ma mu ane mrantie ti se akoga num tv se president obi a obepe president edi wadi president pen na all records any information be national security disaster management eni mani adi nyina owo every opportunity say onim ni nyina about 22 minti o decide say obeba so low amani pa hu ni say aban no ho nti ana nsuo kura anto na say nsuo po beto 15 minutes kura na yira fankra nyina na aban ne nye na ye nyina ye kom ne ye nyina ye mfe ha na ye kom ne age adi ne ya mene up to this point
bra kwa me
oh akọ kasa na mo Dabi, you don't have the.
Please, please, now friend me say me
Sanko.
Na me treat me.
Security way.
Osiko.
Ako say, o tetre ndam.
Na ka me treat me.
Na ka twi no.
Na ka twi me. Ajo se me mra na we. Ajo se me go.
Me wo part. Na ye nyina ye hwe ha. Na ye tie. Sama general on the 4th of November, 14th November or so. Well, we sister station back on Joy. Omo organize debate Emma MPP NDC on this particular Niema Yeka ho assembly. And no under wash your water and sanitation and hygiene.
Water and sanitation and hygiene.
Hygiene. Wash. Me na me represent NPP. Me colleague or EPACC a CEO.
Professor Kluche.
Ono no represent NDC.
Yeah, Nana Mabran Kluche. Right?
Yes, me no.
Tell them more mudiuma.
Yes. Enti someone ye di good ya babia the MPP representing MPP Kwabena Kokofu e kan ye ene niam ye di good ya ne ade ene ne a mawura ba no so ene we CEO also can on behalf of NDC. Ni nyina ade. Now I do.
I hope so. It was devoid of politics.
Yes, me politics.
Because we two are professionals. Indeed.
Yes, but
politics.
Politics. Well, oh, no, my politics are coming. You are professionals, and you are representing your political parties.
Okay.
And then at that stage, party now who are bemuno. Saju me dia de tu dwano. Dia na wa ya fa ho. Na dia na wo se anya tumi a obetumi asan ya fa ho.
Okay.
Wo so afi na wo opra ba mu. E dia na wo betumi aye afa ho se nyame boa na ba ma. Sa na mpesem situate no. Enti anya political ai. Eye say ye gi mandate free Ghana for ho. Enti the social contract. The here sa organizers and they say eba nsuo eba ahunidie eba they say yes sanitation any wira sisa anim ne ade any flooding nyina edien na wo party wa ba mu mayo na se munya kwan kra san ba bie wa mo betimi asan awe beboa yen wo so a wo pe kwan ba no dien hihye be na wo homa so we did all that na me can we because honorable Samia Oku akasa of parliament oyi niema bia di gu abonten yewura kodwo ponkroma honorable ono lawyer ono soso akasa fa we no na no na me wo Kumasi na metie ni na MPP for kra de sa information we nyina ho dadaada mo anka na mo communication mo ya de no kra mo nka ene ad in part I agree with Nipanibi, but as far back as November 2024 me gina new patriotic party anim I can the same semi na me nim se we besi but me kan niema aban na ye ne hihye ne ade a ode agu akwam a oyeko de ma wura hokura ne se wo fa sa garage project ya ye ken yen kran ha ye hwehwe kwan be fa so because ye na ye strictly under Ministry of Works and Housing.
Yeah.
EPA na ye ni twaka kesibia wo, but because ye war over site responsibility, you know, na me very much interested. And da me tie the then candidate and President Mahama na all can say abay o kwaji sika wo World Bank sika 350 million na o ma bedi o ma fa anyahwe adan me yam sheme because me nim adwuma no ne pempen so ne ne na ekwako ene no kra be daddy say adwuma no koso a koduru pempen so bi a ye di free aban mu na almost about 250 million or so dollars of sika no aban yi betoi na mom finance minister ni sika semo a so hwe ni yi so ye ni den so miemia so ye den ana amadwumade na tia koda ana ankoso a bedru na me no kase eti sika ne da ho
according to the World Bank.
According to the World Bank, sika ne da ho ana adwuma no na aban no so agya yagu ho ana wanye ana on to aso ana ye hu dia ye hu enti obisa say kwa me obisa question what's who to blame?
Me say now who cause some now waiting we go do.
We all cause some. We all cause some na ye chichemu a leadership, attitudinal, and then engineering.
Leadership, attitudinal, engineering.
Ubisa binuma. Omuso ya kandi fona emomodne. Anu omunya de sefata. Ye shewe. Eno no ho. Afe attitude. Ye nipa na ewo man. Yesu ni eban. Ya namuntuo bi a yetu a enye nensem fata. Afe engineering. Engineering no kopem say so tie profa why engineer no what engineer
no
yes of course Chama General engineering enye ne kasia ne nade egu no kon ho ene mfidi odi abesisi ho o say onsuo na betai eba betai ne wo na chi enti we na no share Wellington Bush na akwohwe prof ne Wellington Bush na okuta spade sena kuta spade ane aso sobe ye sama me hwe sena na wo ye no una yi koso etu yi hwe na na suo no ane be flow ko engineer
mama me we no mama body krata na
what you said that is it enti engineering if you say nia ye nim say ye be ye no buku ne ho ma akire ye dada ana fefie nyansa adwene da ye tirimu eno so akire ye oba de de adom ye dada eya ne ka irrigation koyefu mu kohe abakrom mreda ne agya abam no oyi ko ayinchesi ya ne nsuo na eba na land no so nyaza ne no enti engineering ye nimpefe ye what town and country planning or almost all that this affair they are too special and one
planning
na baby a ense say ye do ye see that honey esi agoka wetlands ye the most piteous ecosystem ye Ghana ha ye di ho afro ye hunu afro say ye asase a enye na uwo sika nko ade a obetimi ato afro no na waye de ope ha block eniema bebre
anya we na record koye ya mutuma no sin so
enya we bi na ayi regional minister na anu so akoye bi na akuka ho asem
enya Henry Kwoti under MPP Okoye bi.
Menye wa chinyo.
Obezo hu se bisusi. Ana MPP for na akasetia no.
Akiyare ne na.
Ana nansenya a greater crime minister Akwele. Ono so akwa bi ni party for na huresi ni so.
Eti
because eno na honorable Kokofu pese utim wo ho no. Enya ne de no.
Me di fi court de no.
So,
Prof, it won't politicians no.
Eti say leaders. Eti no kwa de ni tie ye ni say. Say Henry de oye no na re wo ko pe be bitina.
Din.
Regional minister we de tie ye ni say ya man award.
Award ne ba na nsu no toy.
Award ne ba ya. Award ni nsu na na ba. Nti adwuma na aye so aye adwuma pa ho award eno no. Na engineering, attitudinal change and leadership. Engineering they basically war institutions. Your man institutions no kwan mo nya adwuma so mo ye. Because ye ni panel war man ni your attitude. So ye businessman or your software or your wine na attitude. Some general wouldn't say I mean Cabrofo kakrewe. The utilization of wetlands. Say ye de at afrom ye di dwumansi adan. Wouldn't say group of people be na amane theater sepa. I'm sorry. Yes. Sorry ahodo.
Omba blocking you no.
The big chese omu pe asore asase asidan.
So ma block
it brono krona or pen one asase no boarding. 2 nia eya afro mu na obia ni ho no obia amfa nya hwe no eda ho tetrete enti okọ no obenya no fu no obese nya bi kura san kan ya oto no
nti na assemblies way
that is the
and asane akokan na hemfo asase ne wo de no mo way
that's the leadership
chese kakra mbi di enti
leadership enti leadership no nya me ameye MP nku na meye president nku at all levels a handful win assemblies winum and ye nyina ka bom ana amana ko wiese now solution is science and data information is available there aka any policy makers me na me ka ho bi se me ka ho bi a kire no me ba be ka ho ayi president Bawumia Bay policy and no falls on aban wo ho enya aban we nku aban bia waba na wo beba na failure bia course bia no wo policies yen scrutinize aban bia wabesini ko bia the policies ne emegina aban a waba ne policies towards saade we ne ehwe ta nti a systemic failure and no na chi no action anamontuo again prof okoye okohunu se ade ne betimi aha no otu anamon osum nyame pa o nyame ni papa ana oda mpanifo ano won a onfie kwa animu ano ana odi dwuma ano e prof o obedru prof na bra wa bre no enti ko be decide say me wogina bre enti me ntram ba be nwune me ho nsuo no na emo me nkobu nkotodwe na me mompa ye nsire nyame zam o mansuo ne mamfie ha wa nya sa otu anamon no de nsa ene na adwene egie dwumadie action we need the science and data and information no academia researchers enom ne ho ahwan aye na available na wo ho nya sa afi no mokoye na afi policy wo ba ba mu no wo se won hihye ne de na obeye sisi ya me no ka say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, flag bearer of New Patriotic Party why your policy committees me a part of committee a environment and the natural resources me ka ho bi me ka committee a ehwe sanitation water sanitation flooding ni ade me ka ho bi na esan se me leader of any of the committees me nkasa ma committee no ewa until they make bia me can ne amenim ma adwene on a professional point of view say we need that until back to where you are now we am shishiwi information am dem ma Osu Castle no way.
Osu Castle, Nkrumah Mausoleum, Black Star Square.
Ni nyina abekọ.
Abekọ hin.
Bisa ogofu se Oshan command.
Na me Benjamin.
Entemeba. Eno no kra no ebekusa kwa atra. Eye science ni information data ni bia.
Ogofu ununa yo.
Professor Kwesi Apianimado.
Okay.
Now oye bribi atwam no director wo Institute of Environment Sanitation Studies. Lagos. University of Ghana. In fact, maybe I'm Professor Chris Gordon one.
Okay.
Professor Chris Gordon on supervising me PhD work.
Oh, okay.
Sana Professor Kwesi Ado. No crowd onya kwa be EPA board chairman.
Professor Kwesi Ado.
Kwesi Ado. Or no, we are one of the leading oceanographers.
I see.
Africa. Sana Professor Chris Gordon so and sanitation honiama. Until the inaugural my friends inaugural lectures. Mfifemu a waye ana odeda na die. Ntimi wo the full test ho. Ana odeda na die. Na nsam kan ne say climate change, wiemu nsachira global warming. Senia di agencheche wo wiase na wiemu ya hyehyehe na nam so na melt ice block sana ya na for beti ase ice block esia wo the polar na ne no na nsuo ne man na nsuo so to bribri ne nya no poma sibre ne nya na nu ye na ye nipa ye ne ye ne bibia channels ne ade ho ye sisi no ani gotan mire bi beba the tidal waves nsuo na if what so ban prof what can say me usin nsuo we na to ye no na free yes sea breeze free pono so da ba enti mire bi beba ebeba ne sa na sorochi bebo kesi pi na bope ebe mene sa coastal line ne ade nyina akọ.
Okay.
But so say 50 years.
Na ga zema.
Na mi ni ha.
Na nsanko.
Na mi ni ha.
No eja ma ha.
50 years from now. Go for now 50 years from now.
Kwame Bagia no 2 years. They be do 52 years. We grandchild now 1 year. Be do 51.
They'll have to deal with it.
Now they all come baby.
They come baby. They'll have to.
It won't say no wako.
Me say no.
That is where our responsibility comes.
Me say no because who can you know? Oka Professor Gordon the who dey we. Now me person me dey find another professor ho. How dey we?
Professor Chris Gordon so. Yeah. Now we ni sa no. Ya ye we na wie no. Okwampo ano ne as we speak today. Joy News so ye documentary bi omu feature me no feature professor. Sisi ya me no tuka na ekwa. Nkrofo aye busy omu sa anwea no, mpo ano anwea no. Omu koton. Omu koton.
Yes.
Me tuka me office me ni me team call as far as Volta region Keta basin ho. Eno de ahemrache omu ni immigration officers no. Bi also mu de dodge wo mu abobo ya am lodo ne mom koton no Togo omu de gisefa na awrahosime wo mu ne se Togo fo ne to nwea no ne ade a na wo mu na hwe agu wo mu no po na no awrahosime wo mu no
cheto mu de mo hunyansa
oh God of mercy Bapa bisa average Ghanaian say average Ghanaian any Togo average Togolese one nim nyansa obeto de wakache kasi ye ni nim nyansa pa because ye betumi asesa ya nwea na de akọ na akọji sefa na omu no nsusu de agu omu enti sa na ma we nyina na prof ne kan nyina bom ana information available the data scientific data proven data suggest niam huhu we nyina enti say ye say ye betumi pa ye ni abre se o man a esese ye make good use of data information. As I say, you make good use of policies ben ya de best idea ye koye inti be priang binum de nanso yemfa adwene to ho ne ni pankasa sa sisi demolition ya yen over the years kam ye bubu wie ye na no ne agya no inti the solid concrete ne solid na debris no anase wira na ye agya no ho no eno akra enough say no so ebe block because wo ye policy be na wo for ecosystem reclamation. Ehone ya from ana nipa no beto e no afele ana wase ho no ana nsuo no ayi nti obebubu ye no ese se restore no kɔ na fro no mu se wa mo ho ka antua na mo anse sa ne ma ni nyina afiri ho na afro na onyame ball no se de tie no ansan and regenerate na ama why wonya hwe anu nti ukɔ sakomo no a bia ye bubu no ni ade you get a place bi o EPA ye kwa adopt ho ana edua kube nom ni ade bebre wo se be ya be restore be bia na ye bubu dan no ni ade
kube no good for
very much until kube a travel well or coastal line right. It's just a restore the original ecosystem no sa ramsa site ya se ni nyina enoma migratory birds and ba be ye niam na ade nyina omu mabio ana ye dia an say we are counting our monies. Now what you said now, we are counting dead bodies. Ye e wo man. So be say nipa 18 lewu ye and I challenge them on what basis? They all do any who. They are worship and how are we going to be able to?
Talking about the environment, na me ka say me koka professor bi ho asem.
Yes.
Ghanaian Times front page. Stop building on hills now. Unchecked construction risks environmental disaster. Professor Oting Abebio.
See on hills.
Yeah. Now,
what's the science?
Good, Meba. Sorry, no, page 12.
Okay.
Page 12, Ghanaian Times. Me kind of bafuka krebi. Stephanie Brickrang ended this story in the Brian.
Okay.
A senior urban planning expert, Professor Martin Oting Abebio.
Binipa.
Minim ne papa.
Masa.
Wa bin se bosom.
Masa,
has urged the government to place an immediate ban on unplanned and uncontrolled residential development on hilltops. He warned that the country is sitting on a time bomb waiting to detonate soon. If it was science neighbor, he explained that the indiscriminate clearing of vegetation on hills for housing was exposing communities to mud flows, landslides, and severe erosion, particularly as rainfall intensifies. According to him, such practices are steadily creating the conditions for a major environmental disaster.
Wow.
After Otwaso, Professor Otinga Bebie cautioned that continued development on hills such as Eburi, Botiano, and McCarthy without proper planning posed a serious threat.
Wow.
He cautioned that the removal of vegetation leaves topsoil vulnerable to erosion. And with increasing rainfall, entire communities could be wiped away by mud flows, landslides, or avalanches. Osanso a board chair Forest Plantation Development Fund. Just on the edge, na okeka say me also for Malam Kaswa Accra Cape Coast Highway near Honsem. Ama wasanka mud flow bi amajofe or water region. Say also yenhwe ne ye. Also yenhwe ne ye a landslides no betimi occur alongside an earthquake.
Yeah.
Where there Sabio onu nenim na adwuma kokofu ebusuafo ni bi.
Chama General.
Yes sir.
Information here pa me de ayi bia send you sisi a me interview bi. Na to say the all kan abure ayi no. As apart from there all kind of cry no. Prof.
Yeah.
Ayi na wo ho no. The ehunu mountain no. Unfortunately, enya granite.
Okay.
Eye sedimentary rocks.
Okay.
Enti ahyehyɛ. Ahyehyɛ. Na vegetation na wo so no. Enuane ade na wo so. Ni hine ni wurawura mu. Ana peki nuane. Enti ni hine no accurate divisions wo. Just say enka mom enye fua. Enti se bibi kakra pressure bi koso kakra bia ebeyi ebedwi. And when you apart from science ya ye kan na eye yanim sem under je ekufo aburi kwan na nti sei na ya fia bi edwiri begu na si kwan no eye je ekufo aban ana nya kokoduro yes a massive infrastructure
I mean kokofu no come and say oh for aburi for the past 2-3 years let me tell you so me too every girls. Say even sections be or what?
eyi
No, if you see.
with the net crack
Exactly. So you were right on that. Yes.
And you see what they fail to also add, they say, yeah, the net no go on. The intention, they say, yeah, be prevent yeah the anya.
yes
Ebe gum.
yeah
Near dria grass.
Yes.
Also. So maybe grass ni roots no. Will keep it in place.
Yeah.
But I know to me anya until still no crano.
there is a woman
Building on that place
Dangerous.
is dangerous.
Chama General mami bi on me sure say bi o or about on mid 70s to 80s Madam Angela Owusu
Madam Angela Owusu
or McCarthy Hill not about office power environmentalist.
Okay.
I mean you can be an environmentalist now so you're environmental scientist.
Okay.
But you can be an environmental scientist automatically environmentalist.
Yeah.
Right.
Eti or environmentalist. Now senior body about brand in your mahunia mammy no. Eti o tuka no aba EP no the complaints aba.
Akwese na Juma Sapon.
Yes, na Juma Sapon. Na mo achira no pay. No the complain aba no no achire say we be. Me official trip to Wager. My name is Sunday yeah, Wager. Da. Na time I see na pepe spillage ni see war akosomo. So we now can I be my name say we do general there. No sign me lecturer Ghana Armed Forces.
Okay.
Command and Staff College.
Your friend is saying
Banata
Batabana. Yeah, or Brigadier General.
Brigadier General.
So Brigadier General.
Congratulations.
Batabana.
Mr. Rafa number mami.
Martin.
He was always in my office. Now, because say a course na MSc in Defense and International Politics. So who profile national security architecture now. Environmental disaster deep.
I see.
Very, very deep. Environmental disaster, the infraction. Now they see last week a national security issue. And nothing I invite soldier for no money idea woman.
Oh, very much.
Yes. National security issue. Because displacement, way loss of businesses, way a favor bunu ahuchire beba. Nipa bia nse ni adwuma ye adwena no chire no bibi different. Afi ye be konsa ase ho. Na me dia na way. Enti Brigadier General then Colonel.
Hey, Pacho, or a Major General.
Major General. Wow.
A Major General.
Very brilliant gentleman. Very, very articulate. Enti this Ghana Water. Now in my wish me. Ghana Water. Etuanamo akokot. So when sisi adarin wo sa omo enclave encroach nyina no. Omo kroma akokot. Omo ba be demolish. Na Sabre no Major General na olidi say na the kind of frustrations one sisi adan prominent people lawyers engineers academia judges ana omu na aye encroachment ni enti omu de Ghana Water court ana court nso de injunction ato Ghana Water enti ultimi ntu obia wo Wager around that area ultimi ana omu dimirika na ombe dwan to ame wo EPA omba na si asemaba ni EPA lawyer metehu Act 490 of 1994 emrani nesina aka by Benedict musori me enko then we went chama general afina I just say wo hwesin no na wo hwe ba bia ni party and I told me catch you say emre bi beba no mo besu afra aban
but that's what is happening.
Yes. Enti da me te say Wager asubmerge no enti mu ne papa mu a mu modern na mu move na mu call uphill kakra menwene investment no ho because a dani dura investment no untimi fancy obotomu nko ebe say chema na unim say eno ka ho bi na inform me a share yen dem ye new law for EPA no enem re o sisi EP Act Act 1124 2025 President Akufo-Addo signed into law 5th January 2025 chairman general sa law no aban yi nya akukuduro na wa hye EPA for den na wa ma won all the necessary support sa mra no nko akura betumi asolve your environmental problem winning.
So the laws are there, I can't enforcement.
The law is there. Now
Ako at the end I'll see here Bruno. You see a friend a Gabion basket.
Gabion basket.
Either is it Gabion or Gabion? GABION. Many are paying Kwaku and they send me from UK. Kwaku made us. I say a friend, is it Gabion or Gabion? But I say Gabion baskets.
But said it to be a basket.
Gabion, ne baby a basket.
Basket. Yeah, they are the papas. Enti, Chairman General.
Yes.
Emrana also say no. My EPA to me, ama to say we just my okay.
Okay, Gabion. Gabion basket. Okay. Yo.
Man to me man kochere Ghana Water so company. And then a Ghana Water wo property no jurisdiction. Now what na wa man crofo it me EPA my arrest to do court.
But sasa say no. Assembly war. And
I make EPA would then arrest assembly.
To me yet.
Why the new law? As my making that is the new law.
Wafa who EPA boss no.
Yes.
Tisha say Professor Brown Kluchi.
Yes.
On President Mahama appointed.
Yes.
MC or host President Mahama appointed. Now inti Nana Brown Kluchi or kwachere hwan.
Ahanti na was my kan want to mass. Me say abani nya akukuduro.
Akukuduro ne be
na ya hye adwuma kuo no ahoden
a bedding.
Enti your problem no comes. So your problem no comes back to leadership. The problem comes back to leadership. Ah, yentimi invite. Enti me kira say mra no wo ho. Ye benya akukoduro no. Ne de aye adwuma.
Another matter for another day. Policy
na di gu akwan mu no. Sisi papa na ye de no soja ni pani na your friend say.
Brigadier General.
Okay,
yeah.
Also obey day. We shall leave no stone
unturned.
Ana akuti asisi a osi obesire na ya almost stone ni bi nkrofo na ana.
And 10 or more stones.
And 10 or more stones. Yes, I know. And he is calling for mitigation. He's calling for
not mitigation.
Now call for the
but one kasa they must know and admit said they are the cause of it. So they must even be prepared to take action. And sometimes when people are not involved in action, they see it as an external force.
Oh, David.
What you saying? But
baby, I agree. Ye nyina nim. Oti ho na nsuo yiri fa no no. And to hunu ye.
And no na meka no.
Ana president say soja penny be sen koye adwuma no. Adwuma na okoye wo ye ma hyehyɛ o ne say there will be a backlash. Na enya wonko. Aban bia will want to see say because afeni e ba beba na mu hu nipa mobo na me pension pay na me dey sit down.
Human face.
And no na wo kan. It is say ano akaka kra bi politicians like him. And the pressure be cop papa na adwuma yeso. Say and they jaw no mo bre mpen no ma yi no mo ko. Say no na wo kan. This situation see.
That's not what I'm addressing.
No, but
okay.
What can me cause you are wrong because pressure the baba also. Maybe a politician pressure the baba so. Anna say me mami.
There's a level of pressure say wo allow man also.
Wontie. Say me Abraham ti opposition. Me decide say me kwa tangent ya na mo opposition na mo ye no na ne president no ye mo opposition leader no onu ankasa gina mu no ode ye politics na o ma manfo ahunu say aban no nanye papa na aban no moa o man no sisi ameka me ye ne sa moa madwum anamo amutu no enti finally Chairman General we need to have a national discourse,
national conversation with people who know better.
National conversation.
Like Henry Kokrokoo, Professor Otin Abebio, Professor Brown Kluchi, amongst others. Omo munim na omo political colors don't tonchen na yindi san komono.
Into anamopa. I be boa man.
Mami kwa nim na asa mi kwa nim no Professor Osafo Edu we de wo mere wa na ba ko. Mrs. Teresa Adams.
Okay.
Former head teacher at Yellow Duck School in Tesano. 1st July, 5 days ago.
Okay.
And I would pa.
Wow.
Mrs. Teresa Adams. Belated birthday wishes to you, former head teacher, Yellow Duck School in Tesano. 1st July, Enunya 99.
Wow! 99 years.
99.
Hey, where the card now? Where the 100 years?
80.
Wow, mama.
Aka another 1 year. Nyame be adom. Na we nyana 100 years pepe. And Linda Osei Abuaji de oya baba who CBG was Seshia Siren so. Linda Osei Abuaji CBG Seshia Siren so. Birthday blessings to you from Fantastic Wilberforce. Talking about wager, ask Dr. Kokrokoo about the cement factory near Pambro salt mining.
Okay.
How do we allow cement factory near food we eat? This is a part of our problem. Odisha Jabing in Hachu says, we all know the problems and what is wrong with us. We only talk out without solutions, only playing the usual blame game. Well, Kokrokoo has provided a lot of solutions this morning and has also told us collaboration with others. Omunim ejumano bebwa pa. Tell Kokrokoo not to be pessimistic but optimistic that President Mahama will address the flooding challenge effectively. People who are overly pessimistic often lack patriotism. President Mahama has shown enough willingness to address the issue. That is Musa Abattoir in Aswase. Yo, Musa, yati. Until we all come to understand that the environment is a super sector that impacts and is impacted by all other sectors, will continue to suffer. Sadly, when we wanted the EPA to be an authority and to be a final authority to coordinate and supervise all environmental matters, there was stiff resistance.
Yes.
We must implement the new EPA Act in full.
Yeah.
Dr. Mafo, former MP.
Oh.
Dr. Emmanuel Mafo.
He was the chairman of the select committee in Parliament.
Oh, I see.
And on any group, NDC ranking member was Honorable Oklite. Oklite.
Okay.
Yes, and our deputy minister.
Deputy minister.
They were,
okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Interior.
Bibi Labi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv. Yeah. The committee was so much helpful.
Okay.
Boy, Papa, now heavy resistance from within. I see them in tears.
Within us in what? Government of the day?
The government then. Me, I'm a government.
Wow.
Yes. And Dr. Mafu and Co had to fight and fight. My sector minister then, Dr. Kokrokoo, boss Memo pay, he suffered a lot.
Just to get it into an authority.
That's the point. And to make EPA the overriding and overwhelming, because EPA, and that is the world standard, international standard, best practices. Thank God, President Akufo-Addo did an NC form to get, and one of the best legacies are where Jama Ome. They be a make us 2 laws. Sabe be a bebania de Bay Juma EPA Act, Anna Act 1039 of 2020, Public-Private Partnership Act.
Conversations continue. Chairman General, I think this flood problem is a national security issue. However, to be unacquainted with history is to forever remain a child. Ask Akogan. Will it be appropriate for President Mahama to apologize to Ghanaians when he said the flooding in Accra was not an engineering problem, but as a result of bad governance? Secondly, I think we should not only be looking at demolishing buildings as a solution to the flooding. If we don't stop Galamsey, which has destroyed our forest cover, and soil protection, which serves as water management by soaking up rainwater and reducing flooding, the problem may persist. Sasa ND and no ebai. Just say, yeah, now you're the political crowd about the film. Then the bending. Say many politicians the aiding come. Now this one says Accra is a low-lying place.
Yeah.
It receives water from the Equiapim Hills.
Yeah.
We've caused the flooding because of human activity, including building on waterways and dumping of refuse into drains. Until we put in place measures to prevent these things from happening, Garrett will simply be a waste of resources. Eric and Ponsa Boateng, tax expert, now talking water.
What it means?
Yeah.
Jowulu, and crying. Where Jowulu?
Yeah, Jowulu Valley.
Valley.
Valley. And not just a value.
Deep Valley.
Wulu.
Deep Valley. Because it's showing in our bar or Honeba.
That's it.
Yeah, Deep Valley.
Basically, geographically, Accra is supposed to be a calabash.
A well, yeah, of sorts, yeah.
Yes, the entire Accra Plains, geographically, is supposed to be a well, a receptor Yes.
Into a nsuo ta yi om no mo ntenkran na wate ala adwo no akoto asase wo ho anese o se meyiru.
So and basically sana the natural ecosystem that was say or maybe anka you develop for ecotourism enclave.
I see.
And your capital na ke de be kra. Anka be special ecotourism enclave bibia wo bia wo be hu say ecosystem natural ecosystem no persist.
Coach na buri na wo hwe pa.
Yes.
Efe pa o.
Na wo hu say te se kra.
Exactly.
A receptor. It is
na so jina pedo asia na ebri na hwe nkran
yes.
You see it as a
Enti Jawulu defines Accra as it is. Enti ne yaka se sensuo no towo ridge hono kan ho bi wa anke ye disastrous. Enti we shouldn't be too comfortable. We mention a earthquake zone.
Yeah.
At that region no more befa Abri Mountain so. Eba we see former on the right side. Oyare Feba no. Right side no more them famua befa mo ha. Kosi there be a new Bank of Ghana building. Wow. The Chemu wa Kosi Makati here. The belt is there. And when my office was permitting the new Bank of Ghana, now omu propose about I'm saying 22 or 23
floors
stories. But technically, a review, now we can't give them permit for more than 19.
I see.
Now no switching. As I say, you insist to say earthquake resistant materials. And no use here.
I see.
And we make sure say no use earthquake resistant materials.
Interesting.
And the information is there, the data is there. But for strange reasons, your policy you attended to ni so yenia kakra ebedi greediness and near man politics yan toaba maun yenye say yenye usenti no ne ebu eni egu niema bebre so and you do baby.
Interesting conversations here. The central region also got flooded. More than 10 people died.
Wow.
If Accra is a lowland area, how about central region? The Accra flood issue greatly has to do with international political will to end it. Master Planner Junior, Ewo Kintampo. Chairman General, sometimes we need to be mindful of what we say when we are not in power. Otherwise, we'll only keep repeating the same cycle of blame whenever the tables turn. Oblite coming. Uncle, any other comments?
Okay, me say obi be say question me say.
Come me media account.
Miriam Abaso. Say and the Kokrokoo food the here ye jama no. It's any name you say obule ye. Obule ye.
Sometimes come politics.
O politics. Na nya na de chance wo fa. O de chance o say Rollins and need to go mu. Your friend is say your friend is say. At Mills.
Ashanti.
Obi na mu wiem.
Make us say wiem dem anko. Sometimes na na ka say
and fine chairman.
Former President J.
Kufo super. Make I.
Where did me free?
In fact,
cool.
The Nkrofo Sunday about the statement of NDC when we were in opposition and it was not a statement based on a rainfall. It was a statement that akosomo yebie a nipa ewu na dan eso akata and yeka said this is not an engineering problem.
Hey,
because meba akosomo eye mano ye nyina ye hui ye nim se akosobo ye bie no timeously se ne be ya nsuo no be sen akọ kakra. But because we wanted to save the wanted to save water to turn the turbines in Akosombo, yet Tenasia mani over and one day ye be and say the ABCBA NC, and that was what we were complaining about. Maybe and also so no Brakwame.
Where we are.
I can't 2 points.
Me patch say where we are no. But I know exactly the issue. But me say what person be there to us. I am not refusing me metia me nimbebre.
And I'm going to
I'm sorry, yes, I want to smile you. Yes, I want to smile you. Next time, you know about smile.
I go to Asu. Yes, sir.
You see, one key thing. Yes, yenino, as ye ni a shahon. I am for ye ni en shahon. The strengthening of the assembly system. Brakwame.
Papa.
A lot of these organizations like NADMO, EPA, a friend is saying sanitation and waste and all those organizations, omo representations, assemblies, Yet we see some of these things happening. Let me show you some few things. And me, my experience with assembly system, it is one of my foundations when it comes to politics. Okay. And I don't joke with assembly system. Until say President Kufuor ebeba abem. Na 1/3, because the composition of the assemblies, 70% elected, 30% appointed. Na sa appointment, in the wisdom of the framers of the Act 462, Niena almost say, because me as assembly member, I may not be a professional. Say Honorable Kokrokoo and ye to Abamana, yen to Abamana say, oh, ye professional. Ni popularity and all that. That 30% was reserved. So the security committee of the assembly, a police for fire service, prisons, and not there, and I elected one. And as you select your ediko, President Kufuor eba and that 1/3 appointment, started say a partisan. Rawlings time, it didn't happen. Professor Mills eba and NDC yet was in that same selections as politicians, constituency executives near the Omo Echo. I know many people will not be happy with what I'm saying, but say Penokrana. This is the way to go. We must go back to those days. Near the professionals, and a better 1/3. A friend is saying district assembly selection. When it comes to data, say we don't see it as party biaba into the MC and I say the DC and I say MMDCs. Let me put it that way. And I take a decision. The next thing to and say. As I say, so echo the election of our chief executives. When we become very bold and do that, say the brigadier Okanyebua ebabeye, obabeye a national thing. Your opinion, you come assembly na ayo attack or say eba ni say na wa odan wo kwan ho no eni ebu nintam. Ye budru baby a ye jai wa odan we chire no wa fa ho adi ena de njo so no kro kwakoto asase a opede we interior na enru ne ho
because the baby edru no because a human face
na oton asase ni wie na oba EPA no say opese o develop asase na ye hwe ma no say ye baby papa ne na mso penyo ya de na ehfa na wo to okeka ne che say e follow on under Ahmad Saman jurisdiction. Into directing to Amasaman, and I'm catcher Amasaman direct and said, Openi Biba, Oba near a Sefa Tebia, Monfiaman, and ya Moncancheno, a ya Moncancheno, or your mamba papa, na Udim Rasu. That's the end of the story.
And you see, Omwa Omutusa and Amon Wesono, saying, say, a prof so a year obia unim. Media people now they are also and there are thousands of people who want to use this channel. Omuboka a chain one more anka di takashiba be yene anka be trust stop work no pay bibi e dia mom. Those who want to use lawful channels struggle in this country. And that is another defect of people trying to do the wrong thing. Yes, obi a person oye bone, but sometimes the frustration abekom no and then you better start. Omdru baby na aka say penalty no achi and no ato aso now they call. Intino yenfa yeni and to both sides MPP NDC CPP PNC yenhwe maminfa a friend is saying if for cry and count the base for cry and count so young forms so count yenina yanka ya dwuni mu
also the count
the base
never what for me pacho young form nyina nka ho ne anwene ho say let's all think about elections of we will give them some power to act. Our politician be to me for phone baby and through be say idea we won't me enye into no because they say your party be and baby sir then we'll be able to get the course that we want to get to. Finally Brakwa, waste is money. In fact insuone tona me share inura egu insuoni ekwako sepo ekwako say enye bi no me say how can we channel these things to money? Our waste management system. Hwe obi a yebefa baller ewo fie bia anase yeba ofie na se yemfa ofie baller. You must prove to the assembly where you dump. And no na the penalty system no ebeba. Say yes every house we must make sure say there's somebody a contractor ope or babe sesa wo baller either weekly or bi-weekly. These are some of the things Ebema yet to me are solving these things of choking the system and all that.
Interestingly,
you see, your friend is saying engineered dumping site, and at the end, a friend is saying Papa Oye Zoom Lion has done a lot of work in that area. If you almost waste in a crown, we're creating they be above. There's a name for it. I've forgotten.
It's a landfill
transit
site,
point.
Okay.
You don't need to travel to Tema. You don't need to travel to Botima. We know but Sika SSO Mutria ebe dampion. They are scared of it because even now, that according to them, they are not making profit. Yes, you'll be able dampia 80 cedis, and that is becoming a problem. But no say, if we don't tackle this and ensure, say a fee be a bit the rightful amount, we may think that we are doing something in waste management, but in fact, we are not doing anything. And it's about time so and yawo enkrofo bebria omabagana omso mo pese omoye waste to energy.
Yeah.
But the kind of waste that we produce, we cannot use it for energy.
Why not?
Because we are not separating our waste.
Okay. That's the way it can be done.
It can be done. But a no comes with an additional cost that we must begin to psych our minds on. Say, there were beans, colored beans. There the everyday waste egum. There the plastics egum. And there your friend is saying waste that can be recycled. So egum. When we begin to teach our children this, we start investing. Say every house, sa bola bako pena yedi besi yenim, yedi bola biya bottle, cans bibiya egumuno. In this day and age, it is no more acceptable. It means we will have to pay extra for waste separation and waste management. If we do that initial investment, the long-term effect, NSA, after wo bola no. Se bola ka neba onu neba bitua woka because oba besesa cans ediako owe a wo amauska obesesa bottles akọ crash oba besesa onu mum ena eba bema uska. But the initial decision say ye kon say no, that is where we must start educating ourselves to it. Mami fa kwan we so na minchia Professor George Wiafe, I'm a retired oceanologist, marine scientist, and Earth observation.
That's Shamity.
Legon.
I'm from my being.
I'm telling you.
What's any about could be with free Professor Tame, you call Law of the Sea. Yeah, is it Mensa? Unfortunately, he's passed on into glory.
Yes.
And
if like a year now, Kokrokoo eka about if we don't take care and do some things about your coastal lines and what is going to happen in 50 years and all those. And he has said the same thing. He has done a lot of lectures.
What's
and how we
Professor
need to
Day?
protect them now.
Professor Dane?
Professor George Wiafe.
George Wiafe.
George Wiafe. no Legon oceanology department, but I'm say or retirement. I'm not too sure.
OBC, okay, fan. Make a picture. Only mean some of these people don't want to be involved in public discourse.
Yes, basket.
Yeah, almost 10 years. Make I say, time of floods, he buy. Kwesi Pratt, Emma, your opinion be me refiniding. Emmy apa, or my opinion meeting. Why, survey be. I research on Senator about Joe Lunis Anyamano on how to prevent the floods. Why research from about the 1950s all the way. Your friend, June 3rd, 2015. Your panicho bia. Your panicho bia. 11 years ago. Your panicho bia. Or say research now. Your pa. Oh, it beats me a cocaine. Yes, you may pen interview be now. Then you fee. May pen interview be even if it's for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. What's your Debbie? He doesn't want to speak. Until eventually, Nekasaya off air. No, what do you know, guy? What's you now? We about Becca say, Obi being and no akusi form. I can somewhere in Fata. Inti no otie discourse na koso e wo radio so ne ade a eya na ompe inti opa chopa okaka osonye. Chairman General, the flooding should be tackled with all seriousness and not lip service like in the case of the floods task force Akwetio formed by the President Mahama about a year ago with no action. Meanwhile, the Honorable Finance Minister to forcing a sitting on guide money. But we are people who are supposedly academics and intellectuals making mockery of academic knowledge without recourse to verifiable data. Meanwhile, lives have been lost, livelihoods destroyed because of the floods. But the propaganda field minds are jumping around, acting like pigs in the animal farm, blaming every mishap on Mr. Jones. By the way, good morning to you and all your listeners and your panelists. And welcome back from the Gold Drought Black Stars World Cup. Sampine. That means Chairman General, good morning, and to your panelists. I can bet my last coin that at least 2 of your panelists have a building on an environmentally challenged area. I still insist that NADMO should be made a unit of the Ghana Armed Forces. Ni in Bachuna.
NADMO is under the interior.
But see, she made a unit of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Okay.
Now, Prof, me who videos my stress I heard. Tell my Prof, we are a environmentalist. You know, all the aso no dollar.
Okay. Wanna go now?
I am most anyone I go
Hey, but Prof, I saw can see a power.
Environmental engineering.
I swear.
Environmental engineering.
So you are diverting the course of the water.
Straight away.
And free would die.
No. General Dabi. You see, he was not diverting the course of the water. He was rather
access
or manage the access, the right access.
Okay.
Say access or no course has been blocked.
And then I know.
I know clear pathway. No.
Into man kind of echo.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Environmental engineer.
Imagine certificate. No.
Here's an interesting one. I am no expert, but I think the attribution of our flooding to indiscipline is misdiagnosis of the problem. Okay. For me, it's got to do more with absolute lack of special planning and its rigid enforcement. And most importantly, government active participation in the housing market through the provision of mass housing. Kwame, we travel a lot. Where in the civilized world do we find housing and special planning development left in the hands of individuals? This to me is the core of the problem, not only to flooding, but also waste collection, land guardism, and environmental degradation. Michael Kokrokoo Fourier Sante, NPP Amasaman Constituency Chairman. NOD and no Ebaye.
Wow.
Obviously, send me pros videos. I'll send it to you.
Video no meton. Is it intellectual property?
I say intellectual property.
Intellectual property, right?
Now, listen to the interesting one about Professor Safoso. I tried once to separate my plastics from other trash. After thousands of plastic bottles, I tried to get rid of it. I called several places supposedly doing recycling. I couldn't get anyone to pick it up. They either wanted me to bring it to them or pay them to pick up. I eventually threw them away as regular trash. We are simply not a serious country.
Sure.
That's true.
Until Sewa in Jolu. And idea no buy. Because our plastics are the say a idea and ye ni ya enka ebe boa ebe boa pa.
But Brakwame,
Papa,
you see, Prof, I'm say you be congratulating us. Say we keep you this in my house. We don't drop rubber in a bin.
Right.
okay.
And your mommy phobia. Omo best sana himrache. You know, omo sorry himrache picking rubbers on the streets and all those things. We engage the fewer every morning. Ombana de apaki wa hono na omo fako. Into throwing it back to the bin, no, it will be, excuse me to say, to be defeatist. Say the year like you've given up.
Right.
But if you engage some of these women, omo picking rubbers and also so.
But until Sewa the year also the figure buy ya or afraid from you be ambe.
Until America say, and no, let's engage some of these women who do this picking. Omo days and they know it because be very busy own to me.
Obey me as small be about beji.
And to omo picking also me rubbers be hand to ambefa na kasaba.
Okay, that's interesting. Kokrokoo Pepe Mekwa or say addressing the sanitation and flooding concerns in Ghana. The role of water, sanitation and hygiene wash initiatives in urban flood resilience. Presented by Honorable Dr. Henry Kokrokoo Esquire. Me print it. Now this one says the knowledgeable person Kwesi J. Ewojowulu, or say the knowledgeable person you refer to would not speak out in a country where hooligans can go onto the radio, where people can threaten to rape a chief justice, where people will be pampered by their political leaders. There's so okay. Mami Jani haya.
But to anka to kakranka also pampa ne kakrama.
Ofa Kwesi J. Mejai. Because and same me be
Pampa ne kakrama.
There be Michael Kokrokoo for instance, you say I'm not contesting again. I've done 2 terms. It's enough. MPP Amasaman constituency chairman. Oh, I see Unkobium. What then coming? Wow. Anyway, Matuas, you've done your bit. Prof.
Kwame.
Yankoso.
Anybody in Sembi Nampesa.
Anybody told.
Kwame, there is a paradox. The paradox is just say, Makasa Ghana is a policy farm. Policies there. In fact, I didn't see, you know. My shedder pass, was that Kokrokoo, they are quadrim coffee policies are whole Kwame. In fact, I came across the first, it was around 1898 in Accra. Flooding policy. It's a document be back out. In fact, the first flooding in Accra was around 1935. 90 years down the line, I mean, we still have a problem. So, conservative who do I say, Accra, on where? Kwame, you are reaching over a little closer by $1 billion. Still, now, the ambitious me who say, Kwame, share other countries around the world, Kwame, very harsh environment. Now, so, ekura. In 2016, Japan, Tokyo,
Yokohama.
Now, Comfort Hotel, I was on the 77th floor. So, now, I prompt from the defense reception said there will be an earthquake.
In
the midst of some rainfalls near the end, you know. Now, on my building, a done such that a bit me always stand the earthquake. Now, on my design, down say, as I seen was on it, down adjusting them. And he say,
shock absorbers are
who say, we teach the hands, we take a question. Kwame, we answer, I said, Miti bed, Miti wa, na just a kakra. They are living in a very harsh environment, Kwame. And Kwame, a country like Netherlands, in fact, they live below sea level.
Yeah.
But look at the way Kwame Omo Amaniji Omo Singapore.
Yeah.
Tropical water scarce and once flood-prone island.
Yeah.
Njene.
How are they managing themselves? London, the Thames, you can say barrier. No? Kwame, Venice. And there are places on earth and Crofatina Kwame, where quite harsh, but they seem to have tamed and controlled stuff. I don't just say, in fact, flooding still occurs in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I can't say we earthquakes still okay. Yeah. But Kwame, Oman managing is such that damage is never done, at least a bit me attention. First and foremost, and that's the paradox I make one say. Now, your policy be the biggest challenge in this country is implementation. Say bane nimdia adwene nyansa ntotoi. Kwame, I'm telling you, I can tell you say in Africa we are second to none.
Bro, fuck us here.
Ya ben pa. And why are we still battling with this? You know, the danger is that Kwame, the estimate they say, but since 1935, no, any buy about 3,000. And now in Sweden, Afro Morgana. Ewa Mika Accra.
3,000.
Yes. Now the question is, yeah, custom selling na ako ekano. Adna nima na eko. Unfortunately, yenhunu anamutuya and measure up with the increasing volatility. Say yeko ye nimu no enema esesa. Enti dan wutu ana monso a ebe e commensurate with niema sesa na eba no. We are not doing that. Kwame, say aya me ba ha me ta kan text bi.
Yeah.
Genesis chapter 2.
Okay.
Verse 15
Thank you.
to 17.
Ako sakwa yo Christo
Now, such that,
Ako a good boy. But a small spiritual problem.
Kwame.
A small spiritual problem.
10 to 14 now. I say, when you go a garden be.
Yeah.
Now the garden baby and I want to put them on. A friend put them say eating. Garden, you didn't hear the garden, but you didn't hear garden. But they were eating. Eating here, baby, and the garden is situated. No, say, when you remember in Subia, a do garden, come now pie 4 heads. First head no a pigeon. Second head no a gihon. Third head no a hidekel. Fourth head no a ifritis. I say a pie sound 4 into garden ketwa bi a nyame abama Adam na yire no. Kwame ensua 9 ene fa ho. Na Kwame we de twamfonyi say ofie a wote. Me be say ha no me domestic let me domesticalize the garden say baby Adam te. Fa say ofie. And ensuo a eba no a pie a 9 eba ofie. Is there no possibility of flooding?
Yeah, of course.
There could be. And to come the verse 15 they say, I'll say, then the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to tend and keep it.
Other version says to dress and
to
keep
dress and keep it.
Yeah.
to take dominion.
To take dominion.
So, of a cocoa so I Christopher.
Kwame.
Prof Bonito.
Kwame,
Media.
to turn and
Tend to keep it.
Now, Kwame, what here? Sa samona odeka tend wo hona. Kwame, an address na a very interesting Hebrew word. And the word abad. Now, sa abad no Kwame as just said to work it. As it just said to labor. And Kwame, keeping your environment clean. And you're going to sleep. And you're Juma, and you're laboring. Hey. Ajuma ya kukufu se mejere. Me wona mu ya na ya fa. Yes. Eye adwumaden eye labor. Kwame, it means to cultivate. It also means to save. Until we save our environment. That's the word abad. You serve it. Environmental service. No save it, baby. And you feel and then see you stagnate or home. Where did you let me hear a report to me? Accra generate over 4,000 tons of solid waste.
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
If you
What is wrong with us?
Oh, no, yeah, here for any your ball adults. So imagine now, the Prof. Akasis, you know what it means. It means, say, when you go on board, you pan, or didn't bury us. One can't change or a doctor.
Can you?
One can't engineer.
Also, my environmentalist.
I'll be environmental scientist, natural resource. The fundamental occupation on your medipa.
No.
The Branabe manage natural resources. Manage it. It is a more journalists in the more professors in one when you know. Name me profession. And
but what I mean, the first assignment
it can be this and say, "O professional, o ye no." And I journalist, ya ma platform.
I hear on the way.
And professor na researcher. E ka dey there. I see be. Can you check?
But the word keep it no sama. Sama no say guard. It means watch. It means protect. It means keep charge. Wo bit ni fie Kwame. Wo mo homan. Wo fa dan na chi. Wo head ye esi wo ho. Afua ma wondo ho. Odo anu eja push me say we yeso mesi die. Kwame. Ofu e kan ni ma miensa. Ose die e ha yen. E wo environment no ba kon e leadership. Ba kon e attitude. Ba kon e engineering. And now later yes, because enforcement, which is still under leadership. That's not Messi Akam. A banning policies. Na maintenance and no tea, she shall name Madia. Kwame. Hey,
any meetings.
What and you open about Aka, Yam cross tea, no, Yamfa command to her, Yamfa semicolon. Yeah, you're very good. Implementation is the problem. Now, and no problem under implementation, Bakun. Kwame, this sense of official lawlessness. No, ekure to me no. Now we boot to me no so. Now we use it to serve his own interest. Now I call baby, and then some Kwame means on video here. Also for be I say, or boy current a buying.
Also, the to that prof to that
baby or didn't nipa echo what you want to baby a water course
we're seeing in 32 are there now a unim quindi
yeah
but this time man can use uaji yankwa so for the anka ko twa ntwe say
na say we twa
David na ntwe osiom way
kwame we twa was we twa na we twa enyama ne kwano
yeah dem po it be gone ntwe ne yama kwano sit down water way
exactly onipa nkwana ye di agono enyo no nkwampo te say ye kan mpanyimfu bi wo wa babia enkran wo no kwame wo he ye wetlands anke retain ensuo no bi na aboa ma na amumu anko na yatonton no nyina ma menkan de Kwame part bi a wo kan prof asem no oktenya ba bi o okay o say Kwame to you
yes
citing research findings he indicated that 92 to 95% ohanchemu adunu mienu ekosi sorry adukron mienu ekosi adukron enum % of some hilly landscapes in Accra were unsuitable for residential development. Okay, say where? She say yes, 92 to 95% of certain areas in Accra are unsuitable, and so you see, also yet construction continues in such areas.
Well,
So the
we are.
question is, when you make any garden, nama yemfa Accra, ne Ghana say garden. Yenu no, ono ne wi amai. Ana any garden, no na yemai. Ye jumo de mai ane say, dress it and keep it. Yenu ye na wafa. Na ne ye mu ne we.
Prof Mapon.
Answer
na sorry.
I'm not anti-politics.
Social preaching here or software preaching. That would see yen. Na sa won fa Yesu se okra na. I'm ready to ICGC here 14 days of power.
Sama General.
Announcement.
Okay, your announcement.
Yeah, 40 days of power.
Everybody check for your website.
Any ICGC church be a ben will be you can join them every evening for prayers and you
ICGC 40 days.
Ube to me ajoy any
Dr. Otabe.
Why
are you so to me aji krawi?
That was your fault.
Come on, Santa politics.
Oh, the member Asante politics 1 minute. Answer Debbie answer no my Koja Asante.
Who na kofa ba say me kwa Asante regional.
Koja Asante say me nda man nti abotre meba. Ai enti yenua osofo Koja Asante ne na busua se ye fanda se kese mamu nyina mbejamom titu fiada memeneda ne enu akwasiada ye ba ye mame ye yire ye honkafo yenua ba Reverend Mrs. Elsie Asante Ajeman ye pe baby pa emaneda na Brown Akwe ene chum ebusua Brown Akwe ene chum ebusua nyina chum na ebusua se ye fanda se kese mamu nyina nya obia na betimi aboni din na emom nipa betimi abodin ye de nase Emma Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ye de nase Emma Apostle Chief Adai and a Word Palace International for nyina ye de nase Emma Apostle Professor Opoku Onyina ana emre etwe menche bia no Church of Pentecost Dream Training ye de nase Emma Reverend Dr. Wengam General Superintendent Assemblies of God Church. In Nasia Kesia Koma Revival and Perfect Love Assemblies of God Church Leadership, Ewa Awoshi Kaswati Trum, Ambassador Papti, Ya Yenya Penny Yenya Bema, Ambassador Papti, Ya the Nasia Communications Directorate, our Ministry of Finance, Atomic Police Command, Police before now Atomic Police Command, ya that's your Roman Papa, IGP, Christian Tete Yohonom, and yenua penny ye wofa COP nana nketia frimpong police headquarters ye damunina ase Infantsman Old Girls 97 I am Moga 97 ye damase Akraka Bleo 96 fonina ye damase Dr. Say Kwame Dr. Nestofori Sapon ebusuan fonina wo despite media yes ye ndase mamunina ye ndase kese esoma Dean Events and Franco Estates Annex C Residence. Dean Events and Franco Estates Annex C Residence. You see, Mamunina, Yadamunina say, Why intimate Mumudina, Mobayina, Mobua can be a son, Yadamunina Ase. Kokrokoo Yanko Ashanti region.
Yes, Chavajera, I'm in Chias from Kufri, Ashanti region, Abro. Mebana Utu for set to Abebil. Also, the Nano to Mubi. Say, on I show one qua, a war flooding. Oma onyina de ye na abusian so a ahwerade nso oma wonko se somebody kan ka say Dr. Mahmoud Baumi akọ ho hwe no aka se ma yemfa nye politics ne yehwe se ye be ye no boko na oma ni nyina be tena se adwene ntina mba ye menye politics no ba ye ma bomodina se memfa
Kokrokoo 1 minute there yaso
regional chairmanship no obi bia se menya awie na aka wo endorsement
me
and I'm so to find no beba
me endorsement
na my pastor dama Minianum colleagues former MPs Honorable Elizabeth Ajiman na Sabra me parliament on Kokos Ashanti region Honorable Kofi Frimpong Honorable Kofi Juma, a whole lot. Me cry pem once and Mabubudini because me time in Susa. Until all former members of parliament, Omutechri say a bread says parliamentary experience. Na Obebwa, na Obi our parliamentary experience and Obebwa region. No, I feel former DCs in MCs, also you true support a mammy. Say, Omunim Sema be pain. Na meet aye. Enti enuanom ne adofo onya na maka kire
ka kufu say me the empire na meba ma
prof now my imagine hakra empire ne haya sam ako so far ya campaign very very decent campaign ti maka kire ma edi machi na support me nyina say unia no ukọ program bi na wan kama masem na akoka bibi different bi a yenyu free program no so ti eno so ye adwuma papa nti me hun se me bebre from ne amaye pen de me guso a me yi ene ne amaye mani so ade hunu nti ni nyina wo ho na eye bibitietia esese de new patriotic party back to life your flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia esese he say obewe ni the next elections your parliamentary candidates ebe feel they won esese omutime winning seats no MIA na ni nyina mu ni betimi aya
na I say Kokrokoo ya Ashanti regional chairman of MPP
sa pepepe
okay ye nyina ye fo aso
na
endorsement
me endorsement
wo de beba wo de beba wo de any necessary evil
Kokrokoo was it necessary
Dr. Otabe Adaroma whole prophet with me. Yes, Papa. Yes, and now we see Manchester no. They need Yenumbi to be with near Yakikabum so. Now no na me catch him say Okwabontin we ababunu na branti Okwabontin na ye obi kwohwe ofem frama a he na hwan akobara made ukoka che pani ofie nyaza ana afi nso yesusa na edi agro no ukọ kanto kwa okurufrum ne yehwe a unti metena bantama nsu ha no atena ho no wasu
ro eni ma babantama
enti be do bibia asi chawajira
problem honestly on say make say Michian Kofobi or program is what enche bia na Michia ako and America chose kwame ako say so ko position bia me many and this card there but say me demand no bet to mu pa because kwame ako we very objective or a politician but objective any baby who say I don't ko ya obeka on ferren the party say we an ko and me I think that kwame and no na governance and your man chichiri ekoso you can be in a political party or own ethos near there but they your mind I see the same thing in Kokrokoo ne and this year hano where or adene ya obeka e yen so obebo abaso enti Kokrokoo a oko Ashanti regional when there kwamu say traditional so kuma say there me part na tese me part free ho me say me your history be ho okay enti na che say Ashanti region yes remo Kokrokoo there oya if you din pa mama yento na me Kokumas na me regional chairman ka me qualify mako head here isi wo hona ya badge no so and Kokrokoo ube winning hands down.
Thank you.
That's pa.
Sana ako mo dey na me.
O mo dey na nya mic.
Oba contest.
Yeah branch. Me call.
Oh, ko national communication.
Ko ba.
Oh, national dey mu dey amawi.
Sharp. Debi no man farm na won be ma.
I didn't hear from my baby.
Me endorsement rafen na ba.
Ebani for Madam Asiano pay. Main commenting answer Mekonom. Nana Pepra says I'm live in Dubai and I'd like to wish my darling wife Nana Ama Asokwating birthday blessings to you, Nana Ama Asokwating, from your dear husband Nana Pepra, who's watching us live from Dubai. We wish you all the very, very best. Time check 11:11. Here we go. The next news broadcast is at 12. Yes, Kofi Kumbilson is next on your radio. Deaconess Martha Crunchy, Assistant District Women's Leader, Church of Pentecost Ablekuma, Happy birthday, Deaconess Martha Crunchy. And also happy birthday to Joshua Kojo Mensah of Ghana Airport Company Limited. It's from your sister Ifua Mensah of UTV and your brother Kwame Mensah, as well as the entire family to you, Joshua Kojo Mensah of Ghana Airport. Happy birthday to you. May your day be blessed. As always, remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive. It's all you have. Leaving you with the book of Numbers in the Bible, Numbers 6:24-26. And as always, when you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.